welcome and thanks for joining me this morning here on Good Morning Central Oregon. I'm Christy Miller. On the program today, we're talking about elder abuse. We'll recognize the signs and the symptoms, and maybe most importantly, what you can do if you suspect elder abuse. We'll also talk about a multidisciplinary task force on elder abuse and some community events that are coming up. We'll also tell you about the next show from Innovation Theater Works and their upcoming fundraising gala. But first, Mona Delfino joins me. She is the author of this book. It's called The Sacred Language of the Human Body. Good morning.
Good morning, Christy.
So, Mona, what is your work? What do you do?
Well, I was basically born shaman, but I explain that in the book a little bit more about what that means, because not a lot of people know what that means. But I'm a healer at heart. It's what I do. And I work with people to help them heal. One of the things I do specifically is I work with people to help them to unblock blockages. So if they have anything going on in their bodies, or maybe it can be from past experiences, you know, things that they've learned that don't suit them anymore. These are the things that I do. I go in and I help them, and I read energy. That's one thing that I do that's different than a lot of healers, is I really get in there and I read their energy. And I don't have any problem doing that. They're people that come to me are usually pretty open to do that.
There's a reason they're coming to you.
Yeah, and they want to know, you know, what can I do to heal? Why am I feeling so full? You know, what can I do to, especially right now, Christy, I mean, the times that we're in, people are really searching for help. That's why I wrote the book.
And so this book, The Sacred Language of the Human Body, you said consciousness revealed from memory to magnificence.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Well, from memory to magnificence means that you have inside of you a beautiful soul. Everybody does. Everyone has a spark and a reason why they're here. And so what I do is I help you to find it. And I do it through the book as well as do it hands-on. And you know, but it's mostly about your memories and everything, the patterns that you've learned are all based inside of you, but they're only conditioned responses. And so what we have to remember is that these are transparent feelings. They're things that can be changed. They don't have to be 100% there for the rest of your life, because actually, as times are changing, we're coming up into a time now where our bodies are feeling full. And that means that we have to get rid of a lot of the memory. We have to empty out and be the empty vessel, if you will, in order to recreate a new time. And our economy is one of the things that actually has spurred this for humanity. It's seriously, when it went down all over the world, it started to make people scared and fearful, which is why today you'll have a lot more people saying, it was the best thing that ever happened to me, only because one of the biggest things is because they are willing and able now to co-create with somebody else. Maybe they didn't follow their heart. Maybe they were working a 9-to-5 job that they didn't like, and then suddenly it's like, oh, wait a minute, I have to do something different. It's almost forced us to have to become more than what we were. And that's what this book is about. It's to help people learn that inside of you is a mental body, an emotional body, and a spiritual body. These bodies are not separate from your physical. And so if it helps you to understand it, you can move past a lot of the memory through some of the techniques that I suggest in the book, because we are aware of most things going on today. We're more aware than we've ever been. And so this is a new beginning for us. It's a new time for us to recognize the energy that we can actually use that we didn't know we had. We just thought we were conditioned beings walking all over the planet, and now we actually can see ourselves, I use the term as above, so below. We can see ourselves as somebody who can actually use that energy and not be afraid to. Let's do it. Let's change. Let's make ourselves better. And that's what this is all about.
It sounds like that would be incredibly freeing. Just so empowering, and maybe bring a lightness to folks.
Yes. After each and every session that I've had, I've been doing this for almost 30 years, and after each session, there hasn't been one person that doesn't tell me that they feel lighter. That is the word that they'll use. I feel lighter. Well, yeah, you do, because you're not carrying all that baggage anymore. And you don't have to. So there are things you can do at home as well. You don't have to come to me.
Right.
There are things you can do at home, and things you can learn. And then you challenge yourself in the process, and you free yourself up. And that's how this works. Then you feel better, and believe it or not, that's the law of attraction, because then you're capable of bringing in more for yourself.
Right, instead of being the roadblock.
Yes.
It's going to come. And so that's what you've done in this book, is allowed people, obviously people love to come to you and you have quite a following, but you've allowed people to do it themselves.
Yes, yes, I want to teach, and that's really the most important thing. You can have all this knowledge, and I was born shaman, so I was born with understanding consciousness. I know what consciousness means. I woke up in my body at 6 months old, and I haven't forgotten hardly anything since that time.
Really?
And that's how this is all about. And in the book, it's about the author. I discuss that a little bit. So that's how I can teach this, and that's why I know what I'm teaching.
How do you mentioned that you can read energy.
Yes.
What does that look like to you when you do that?
Well, if you've heard of like James Van Praagh, people, Jonathan Edwards, people who are mediums per se, we see things through visions. We see things through images, if you will, and the images come to us from energy. And so, in other words, if let's see, how can I put this? Maybe if you were to be contacted by a loved one, you wouldn't know that they were contacting you unless you heard a song on the radio that was familiar, that kind of thing, or somebody said something to you twice in one day that was ironically the same thing that your loved one would have said to you. These are the things that happen in the physical realm that help us to know that there is no death. And so what happens is with energy, it's the same thing. Energy is just free and open. And so, you know, we've recreated whatever we want through it, but in the process, you realize that it's so big that we can do anything with it. And so what it looks like is that the images come. Like, for example, when I first really started doing this about 25 years ago, I remember some of the images that were coming. I didn't trust it 100%, even when I was doing it on my own at first, 25 years ago. It's like I didn't really trust it. I'd have to go in and say, did I really feel this? Did I really see this image? But that's how it starts. You've got to learn to trust it, because it's waiting for you. And we've just gone, oh no, that can't be. It's not true. It can be, and it is.
I know so many people. You mentioned the economy and how stressed out people are and how tunnel visioned people are. A lot of people are looking for answers right now, and what I've heard recently is the answer is inside of you. You just have to be open enough to understand that, even if it's something that's scary, which is what you've been saying as well.
Yes.
Even if it's something that's out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
Do you think your book will help people find that answer within them?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote it for. It's it's also about, the book is also about how to heal yourself without being dependent on the medical profession, without being dependent upon somebody else to teach you or to help you to do this and this and this. It's an educational book to help you to become more of who you are. Yes, it helps.
So where can people find The Sacred Language of the Human Body around Central Oregon?
Well, we can find it on Amazon, and Amazon is the publisher, and they've helped me to go through all of this. And so Amazon would be the place to go.
Okay.
They're $16.95 each. And also around Bend, I'm going to be doing some book signings, and you can check it out on my website, and we'll put it on there for dates and times that you can come and have a signed copy.
Oh, that's fantastic. And talk to you, get a chance to connect with you in person. And there is so much more about Mona on her website as well, and what she does at sacredreconnections.com. So sacredreconnections.com. And the book is The Sacred Language of the Human Body. Mona Delfino, it was nice to meet you.
Thank you, Christy. It's nice to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll be right back.